We're Designing Spaces, the show that's all about you and your space, your home and surroundings. I'm Debbie Murray.
And I'm David Jones. Here on Designing Spaces, we take a look at all aspects of your house and property, and that includes lifestyle. So there's plenty to interest anyone who owns a home.
Room makeovers, DIY tips and projects, from landscaping to lounging on your new deck. Discover how you can do it with style and on a budget.
Now, on today's show, we have a couple of topics every homeowner will find more than useful.
So stick around and see it all right here on Designing Spaces.
Obtaining a plumber when you really need one can be more than a trying experience.
Frustrating?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, how do you know what to look for in a plumber? And is there a way that you can inspect the house for possible problems down the road?
Well, to learn about plumbing services and securing your house against a potential wet disaster, here once again is Rhonda Castagna.
It happens at the most inopportune times. You need a plumber, and right now. It could be a leaky pipe, a backed up toilet, a cracked water heater, or a clogged drain. And when it comes to hiring a plumber, who do you trust? Will they do the work correctly? Will they pad the bill with unnecessary parts and labor? Will they even show up on time? Designing Spaces teamed up with one group of professionals who have some very good advice on getting the right plumber for the job.
We tried pouring everything down the drain to fix the clog. Nothing worked.
We tried calling the plumber we used before, but the number was disconnected.
We're here with Katie and Jack, along with Carissa Richardson, who is brand president for Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. Carissa, it is so great to have you here today.
Thanks, Rhonda. It's good to be here.
So before we start, let's define the role of a plumber. What types of things should they be able to work on in a home?
Plumbers work on water heaters, water softeners, clogged kitchen sinks, garbage disposals, toilets, showers, any issue having to do with natural gas. Those kinds of things. We deal with those issues every day.
There's a lot of issues in the home, and I know when a plumbing issue arises, a lot of people are left scouring through Yellow Pages trying to find a plumber, but then when you find one, there's still no guarantee that it's going to work out well.
Been there, done that. And if you do find good service, you can count yourself lucky.
As you can see, Katie and Jack have had a bad experience with a plumber, and there's a lot of fly-by-night operations out there. So what would you suggest that someone looks for when hiring a professional plumbing service?
Well, first of all, you call a professional, not a handyman. A licensed plumber who's insured, who's drug-free. You want to be safe and secure in your own home. So that's what we do at Benjamin Franklin Plumbing. All of our plumbers are insured, they're background tested, they're the best, the cream of the crop.
Very good. So what would be the first step for Katie and Jack?
First, at Ben Franklin Plumbing, our phones are answered live. We don't use an answering service. And our motto is, if there's any delay, it's you we pay. So if we don't meet our punctuality promise, we pay our customers $5 a minute for every minute up to $300.
Wow, that's amazing. How do you do that?
We have specialized computer programs and dispatching software that allows us to send the closest plumber to your home. You know, if your home's flooding, there's no time to waste.
Yes, very true. That's a very good idea. Okay, so just curious, how did you come up with the name Benjamin Franklin Plumbing?
Ben Franklin was a statesman that was known for his hard work, his inventiveness, and his honesty. And we wanted to adopt those same principles.
Well, those are great principles to work by, and I know that means that your company takes the work serious, and that's really important to a lot of customers. All right, Carissa, so walk me through what would be the ideal situation for when a plumber shows up to someone's home.
Okay, well, our plumbers show up on time.
Oh.
Then they put on these shoe covers.
Oh, very nice.
To protect your floors. Then they'll do a thorough evaluation of your plumbing system, diagnose your problem, give you a straightforward price in writing so there are no surprises. Once they get your approval, they'll do the repair, clean up after themselves, collect payment, and leave your home better than they found it.
Wow, not used to that. Cleaning up after themselves. Very good. All right, should we go take a look at some typical plumbing problems?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Rhonda, one common plumbing problem in a home is the garbage disposal. Most people don't realize there's a reset button on the bottom of the disposal. So if you have an issue, check that before you call a plumber.
Okay.
Another thing you can do is sharpen the blades. If you take a half a cup of ice, put it in the disposal, and run it, The ice will actually sharpen the blades.
Wow.
Then you pour in 1/4 cup of cooking oil, let it set overnight, and that will lubricate the mechanism.
Sounds simple.
%40 of all the water we use in our home is used in our toilets. And most homeowners don't realize that you can have a silent leak. So what we're going to do is test this toilet to see if there's a leak in it.
Okay.
We'll remove the tank cover and take a dye tablet, place it in the tank. We'll wait 10 minutes and see after it dissolves if the color shows up in the bowl. If it does, there's a silent leak. And one leaky toilet could waste 200 gallons of water a day.
Wow, it's a lot of water.
It's a lot of water, yeah, so people need to do this. Now, if they don't have a dye tablet, they can use food coloring. 10 drops of food coloring will do the same thing.
Okay.
Wait and see if it's in the bowl, and if it is, be sure and clean your toilet afterwards so you don't stain the bowl.
Yes.
Now, another problem in a bathroom would be a clogged sink. We all have hair and soap and toothpaste that clogs up the sink from time to time. So we recommend a product called BioBin. It's a biological drain cleaner. I want to caution people about putting chemical drain cleaners into their pipes. Not only can it do damage to the pipes, but those chemicals enter our water table and we end up drinking them.
Scary.
So you want to be real careful about that. So once a month you should take a cap full of BioBin and put it in the drain, and that will keep you from having clogs.
So this is a safe way to clean your drain.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The number one reason that people call a plumber is no hot water in a panic. So here we are at the water heater. The important thing to remember with the water heater are there are many different types. So you need a licensed professional in your area to make recommendations. But whether it's a propane heater, a natural gas heater, electric heater, tankless heater, hybrid heater, solar heater, all these different options, they all need maintenance. So once a year they need an inspection. At Ben Franklin we do what's called a 14-point water heater tune-up. Now Katie, I hate to tell you this, but the important thing about a water heater is knowing where the shutoff valve is. And I noticed that your shutoff valve is way up there at the top, but it's blocked by this shelf. That's great for additional storage, but if this heater were to fail and you needed to turn the water off immediately, you wouldn't have access. So you might want to move that shelf. In all types of systems, they do require maintenance. Your plumbing system is the most complicated system in your home. But the important thing to remember about water softeners, you want a metering system and you want it to rejuvenate only on usage, not on timing. That saves water. Your home is 5 times more likely to be damaged by flood than fire. So when you call a plumber, you want to make sure it's a professional. Ask for referrals. Find out about their track record. With Ben Franklin, we take away all the doubt because we only hire skilled professionals and we require they go to continuing education and technical training. That keeps them up to date in the industry.
That's great. Now, what about when the job is finished? Should there be a guarantee?
Absolutely. With some companies, we call it a concrete guarantee. When their truck leaves your concrete, the guarantee's finished. At Ben Franklin, we give you a 2-year guarantee. If any repair fails within 2 years, then we'll redo it for free. We're also members of UN, which is a national arbitration organization, which guarantees 100% satisfaction for customers.
Wonderful. All right, should we go find our homeowners?
We should.
Okay. Well, Katie and Jack, it sounds like Carissa has given you a little more comfort for your next plumbing adventure.
Thanks, Carissa. We really learned a lot.
And Carissa, where can our viewers find out more information?
Rhonda, we have over 200 locations nationwide, so you can visit our website at benfranklinplumbing.com to see if we're in your neighborhood.
Okay, and we'll also put a link to the website at designingspaces.tv, and there you can review any part of this show again. Katie and Jack, again, thank you so much for allowing us in your home, and hopefully we've increased your confidence when it comes to plumbing.
You certainly have.
And Carissa, again, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for inviting me.
For Designing Spaces, I'm Rhonda Castagna. See you later.
I love those DIY projects. You know, sometimes I feel like no one else can put the love and care into a project like I can to make my house better.
But when it comes to plumbing, however, that's when you want the experienced pro, as we just saw.
Absolutely. You know, I could look over his shoulder and learn some tricks of the trade.
Okay, good luck with that one. We are out of time for right now, but here's something you do with incredible expertise.
What, say goodbye?
There it is.
Okay, well, I'm Debbie Marie saying goodbye. We'll see you next week.
And I'm David Jones. This is Designing Spaces. Thanks for watching.
You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.